Y'all are really blaming black women for not crying and falling out on.
All right, so I got a reaction coming at y'all real quick, man. Saw this on TikTok a couple days ago. I just not getting back around to it. And I want to attack this from a different angle, man. But let's listen to what this sister talking about.
Y'all are really blaming black women for not crying and falling out on the floor because that black podcaster in Atlanta passed away? That individual put out hatred and violence, and in doing so, encouraged others to put out hatred and violence, especially towards black women. I think y'all are way too used to black women just being there for you no matter how you treat us, and those days, baby, they're gone.
And you know what's funny about this? Most women called on his show because they wanted to know what he thought about their situation. That's the sad part about when you watch Kevin Samuels' show, he talked to thousands of women. Most of them called, and once they didn't hear what they wanted to hear, they got an attitude with him, and he returned that energy. But I think it speaks to a deeper issue in the black community. We as fathers, man, we got to start staying in our children's lives, man. Because the problem, I'm going to tell you what the true problem is in this situation. They shouldn't have to ask a nigga that they don't know about their situation. Let's get it out the Bible. This is Ecclesiastes. I'm going to start at chapter 7, I'm going to start at verse 24. Hast thou daughters? Have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful toward them. Because in a lot of situations, we like to let our daughters kind of get away with a lot of stuff because they so cute. My daughter the same. She cute as hell. But I got to continue to tell myself, like, nah, that was evil what she just did. Come here. Like, no, we don't do that. You got to check the evil when you see it, even when she a child. Check it. It's not cute. Read it again. Hast thou daughters, have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful toward them. Because you got to really think about it too. Remember when T.I. did on his podcast, he said he be making sure his daughter, everything still where it's supposed to be. He check her hymen and stuff like that. Well, at the doctor, he makes sure the doctor check that. The Bible tell you to do that, to make sure your daughter stay in order. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but that was a custom in Israel. When your daughter got married, they would actually go get the sheets off the bed. Because if she didn't have that blood on the sheets, she would die that night. Have a care of your daughter's body, man. You supposed to know what she getting into. You should know if she been out here being a thought pocket. You should know that as a father. Because how do you give her to a man? How do you give her? You didn't discussed your daughter being married to this man's son, and you done told him that your daughter a virgin, you done told him that your daughter's a good person. Then she get out there, she, number one, not a good person, and she's not a virgin. In our culture, that was a very disrespectful thing. That was a shameful thing. But we don't do that no more. We done got away from that. Fathers, we got to get back in our daughters' lives, man. This is verse 25. 25. Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding. Because this is the problem with a lot of the calls that Kevin Samuels had. A lot of women came on that show, and they was dealing with men that didn't have no damn understanding. Let's be real. Because that would be the main thing. He's, okay, ma'am, you got a kid? Okay, you got 2 kids by 2 different guys. Okay, how was the first guy? Why didn't you marry the first guy? Oh, he wasn't my type. He wasn't marriage material. Oh, so you said he didn't have no understanding. What about the second guy? Oh, nah, he didn't want to marry me either. Okay, so the second guy didn't have no understanding either. Okay, why are you dealing with these men? But that's the problem. That was the father's job, to choose a man for you. But in America, the women get to pick and choose who they want to be with. That's the problem. Let's get some more. As a father, you're supposed to choose who your daughter deal with. You're supposed to be in that process. That's why he was always asking them sisters all the time when they were single and they was looking for a man. She was like, what does your father think? What does your father think? Most of the people that he talked to, they never said anything back. Oh, well, I don't really talk to my dad about this type of stuff. So what the fuck you talking to Kevin for then? This is Sirach chapter 42, verse 9. The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep. Because you want to know why it's stressful, man. You know how vulnerable women are in this world? You know how easy it is for women to be manipulated in this world? You have to stay. You have to stay on top of this type of shit when you got a daughter, man. He said you're going to lose sleep as a father when you have a daughter, man. And the care for her taketh away sleep. And when she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, and being married, lest she should be hated. Because you in a mode where you supposed to be preparing your daughter for marriage. You don't want your daughter to be having sex in your household before she get married. You don't want your daughter to be growing up being a bad person. You're not grooming and cultivating those wife skills, those soft skills, those feminine skills in her life. So now when she get married, her husband hate her. The husband is like, damn, this is not what her father said she was, this, and that. She's not none of that. Verse 10, in her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house. Because let's be honest, most men don't put enough effort into dealing with their daughters. Guess what? They getting out of school, they getting clapped on their way home. Pops at work, mama at work, she getting hit from the back on the couch in y'all living room. Let's be real. Now she's 16, 17, bringing a baby in your house. I'm gonna just be honest. If my children at 17 years old, ain't nobody living in my house with no baby, man. You want to be wicked and out of order like that, man? You bring a baby in my, I'm not listening. I'm not waking up to no baby, to no crying baby, man. I did that already. Verse 10, in her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house, and having an husband, lest she should misbehave herself, and when she is married, lest she should be barren. Because when you listen to a lot of the calls that Kevin Samuels had with these sisters, it was a lot of women on there that was married at one point who left their husbands because they thought they could do better. Then when they got out there, they want to complain to us, I'm a single mother of three. Then he get into the situation. He was like, well, damn, man. You left that man because you thought you can do better. And you got out there, it wasn't as good as you thought it was. Because you misbehaved yourself. You wanted to cheat on your husband. Let's be real. Let's cut straight through the bullshit. You left your husband because you wanted some other meat. Let's be real. Especially with sisters on there. I hadn't worked in 10 years. How you leave a nigga that was able to take care of everybody, but then you get out there and say it's hard to be a single mother? Duh, idiot. Verse 11, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies. Because I don't know about y'all, but when you watch the show, there was a lot of sisters on there embarrassing the shit out of their dads. Embarrassing the shit out of their dads, man. Because I know me as a father, if my daughter would have been on that damn show, saying some of the stuff some of them sisters were saying, and they say Kevin was making the black community look bad. He said, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies. Because when you have a daughter that's kind of whorish, she kind of fast, you're supposed to be extra strict with her. You're supposed to be trying to get her married, get her ready for marriage as soon as possible. Because she hot in the pants. He said, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock. How's she going to make you a laughing stock? She 21 with 30 bodies. She 21 with 5 kids. That make you look a certain type of way as a father, man. Get back in your kids' lives, man. This shit is happening because men are not in place to tell their daughters this shit in private. That's the problem. These women are having to call Kevin to get some type of advice, but the advice is stiff because the situations are bad. They don't never talk about the good conversation that Kevin had with these sisters where they got the phone like, damn, I appreciate this. Most of the time, because in the black community, most of our situations are fucked up. So you get on this phone call, you got 2 kids by 2 different men who are pieces of shit, but you want a dude that's making $100,000. I'm sorry, ma'am. But most dudes that's in a place in life where they've built themselves up like that, they usually want to start off making their own kids. Then you just said that both of the dudes that you had kids by were horrible people. Like, why would I bring the seed of 2 horrible people in my house that I built? They don't want to hear that. That's degrading. But as a father, that's your damn job to teach your daughter that in private. Verse 11, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. Guys, I heard an older lady say this the other day on We Need to Talk. She was talking about shame is a bad, like, you know what I'm saying? We don't need to bring that back. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We need to stand your ass up in front of everybody and embarrass the shit out you. You want to know why? Because that deter the other people that's thinking the same thing. Yes, we do. We need to bring it back. Embarrass the shit out you so everybody else who was thinking that it was going to be okay to do that, they won't do it. That's why God had it like that in the first place. All the men that was doing what I just said not to do, cut their heads off, stick it on a pole, and face their face towards the sun so everybody can see it. You don't do that. Now, obviously, it won't be at that extreme because God wasn't playing in the Old Testament. If y'all read it. But to stand somebody up and let everybody know, like, okay, look, my daughter did this, this, and that. We're going to have to, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be working with her. But the congregation need to know because guess what? If my daughter wicked, y'all need to keep y'all daughters away from mine. If my daughter wicked, that's why keep a sure watch. She shouldn't be corrupting nobody else's child. Let's get some more. Because this the problem. Kevin had to play everybody damn daddy. That's the problem. This is Numbers chapter 12, verse 14. And the Lord said unto Moses, if her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days. And after that, let her be received in again. Because this was the problem, right? This was the case when Miriam, she was talking against Moses. She started barking on Moses about his Ethiopian wife. Her and Aaron had an issue with Moses' wife. So the Most High took her melanin from her for 7 days. Just had to sit her outside the camp. But he said, and the Lord said unto Moses, if her father had but spit in her face. Is that literal spit? No. It's correction. 9 times out of 10, when you correcting somebody face to face, usually you spit in their face. Because when you talking with a little bit of authority, you usually spit. Sometimes even when you're not talking rough, you spit a little bit when you talking. That's what he's talking about. That's face-to-face conversation. That's face-to-face conversation and rebuke. To stay in, like, you got to really think about it. It wasn't her place to do that to Moses. That wasn't her place. You got to think about it. At that time, Moses was directly dealing with God. You don't think God would have told him about his wife if it was a problem? That wasn't your place. But this is the problem. In the black community, we don't have enough men spitting in their daughters' faces. We don't have enough men telling their daughters, like, hey, hold up, why are you talking to him? I just seen a nigga serving packs down the street. Why you talking to him? Damn, don't he got another baby mama? Why you talking to him? That's a bad idea. Don't bring no kids in my house. Who is that little boy right there? Now kick the door open. Why you going in there with closing the door? We don't have enough of that. But when these sisters started destroying their lives, now you 25, 26, 27, you 35, you 40, you 44, and you never had a man to tell you the truth. Now you calling Kevin because you can see that he gonna speak to you like a father. I don't give a damn how nobody slice it. The women call because they needed the advice. And most of the time, just like when you're dealing with a child, when you tell them the truth, you tell them something that they don't want to hear, they get an attitude. And that's what you saw on that show. He told them the truth. In the black community, men and women, we need to lose weight. That's not degrading. Our race is dying because of the shit. If you done got to the age of 35, you got multiple children, usually by that age, ain't too much change finna go on in your life where you finna really just uproot who you were as a person for 35 years. It's hard to do that. Most women, when they reach the age of 35, it's easier for them to be alone because usually when a man come in, you got to start changing how you operate. Most women don't want to do that. That's just the facts. Most women don't want to do that. But Kevin wrong for saying it though. Kevin wrong for bringing it out. Her father was supposed to tell her that. Her father was supposed to make sure, because that's even the reason why Laban did Jacob like that in Genesis. What you mean you finna come and get my youngest daughter when my oldest daughter sitting right here? No. You thought you was finna get my youngest daughter. Here you go. There's Leah. Damn, you want my youngest daughter too? You gotta work another 7. Because it was a father's job to marry his daughters, man. It was a father's job to do that. Your daughter wasn't supposed to get the damn near 40 years old and never got married. 35 years old with a child. Now you talking about getting married? Come on, man. Come on, man. It ain't about Kevin Samuels. It's about the choices that men and women make to have their children out here looking for people who they don't know to give them advice. Because their fathers were supposed to tell them that shit. But you know the problem that's in that? Most of the people that call on his show, you had a bad mother and father. That's the problem. That's the issue in the black community. No family structure. No real morals and values. No code that we live by. No constitution that we live by. No traditions that matter. We keep Christmas and Halloween and Easter and all this dumb shit. But we can't even marry our daughters. Y'all ain't mad at Kevin Samuels, man. The women called on the show because they knew he was giving the truth. But when you 35 and you know what he just said to you was some real shit, that internal work that you finna have to do, it's gonna hurt really fucking bad. That sit back when you get off the phone with him. When you get off the phone and you gotta really think in yourself like, damn, from the age of 18 to 35, I've been fucking my life off. Since I came out my mama's house, I've been fucking my life up. Didn't nobody make me deal with him? Didn't nobody make me deal with him? I didn't have to. Damn, I did have Charles. Charles really liked me. I said that he was lame. I said that he didn't make enough money, but damn, Charles making $200,000 right now. He was lame back in the day, but shit, he look good now driving that BMW. Charles was really in love with you. Yeah, but Jamal was tearing that ass up though, wasn't he? Huh? Jamal didn't have no set schedule, did he? He was way more spontaneous, wasn't it? You know who got the least amount of spontaneity in their life? Niggas in prison. But hey, Y'all keep thinking that the problem was Kevin Samuels. The problem is family structure. The problem is nobody want to listen to men in the black community. Men been saying the same things for decades. Nobody want to listen. Men been saying the same things for decades. But it's the problem. And it's the beautiful thing about what's going on in the world right now. Them prophets out there teaching. The men finna start changing. We already see a new breed of black man out here. Either the women gonna get in line or they gonna get left. I don't think there's ever gonna be another man that got the patience to talk to other people's children about how fucked up their life is and try to give them advice, especially for free. But hey, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm out.